Okay, the larger single-sided drop bracket takes 1.5 up to 1.5 webbing, fits all the other options as well. Fits on the knife exactly the same way, dog-legged. So large Tek-lok. On this one, the whole thing has got the same Chicago post hole centers on 1/4 inch centers, and then turned into a slot, so you can push the posts in whatever center you like. And again, on this you can fit more than one row because the Tek-loks line up with all the slots, so you could put all 9 in if you really want to. But generally 2 to 4, 2 to 3 or 4 is plenty on most knives. So let's put in the middle one there, just to make it a bit stronger, so they stay in where they're put. Just make sure they don't fall off the back. We can then drop this one in 2 positions at the moment, there, there. It screws on. There we are, nice and easy. Not going to go, even though that's still slightly loose because the posts are slightly too long for this. It's still not going to move other than on the sides. We can mount that to, again, this knife, but it's probably a bit too big for that. So we'll stick it on here. Got some pouches mounted on here with some other little brackets, so we'll take those off, or this one off. It should go there nicely. So, praying with a standard Tek-lok. Probably not the best mounting option for that type of knife, so we'll take it off and swap it over. Now, again a bit sillier, I say, but we can still mount the standard mini Tek-lok on there just by putting the posts in a slightly different hole position. So probably this one's a bit too small for this size of knife, but hey ho, you can use it if you want to. This size of knife is probably best with a flexible mounting drop. So we can use ideal 1.5 webbing. You could use inch webbing if you wanted to. Let's have a look at the inch first. I mean, it's got a fairly hefty, so again, breaking strain on it, so it's not going to break. but the 1.5 inch will be a bit more stable on your belt. So same again, pull it through till first one just goes through, tighten it up, tuck that one back through the top. So ample, but you've got a bit of movement there, which we can stabilise. By putting in a couple of Chicagos each side, which reduces the slot size. Screw lengths are obviously a bit too long on this one. Use shorter screws and possibly be worth putting in a rubber. Again, that stops that from moving about. So that's an option. Maybe for a slightly smaller knife, be better. But say for praying this size, I think for stability the best option is your full width 1.5 inch. So same again. Thread it through. Bottom one needs to go just through. Top one needs to fold back. And feed through back to the top to lock it. There we go. As I say, that's really the best option for this. You can bring that up to lock it up to your belt a bit better. And there we go. Enough flexibility to get it in and out easily enough, stable enough on the belt. It hangs without folding out because the centre of balance is well below the pivot point. And again, not only have you got the option to change on this particular knife and several others which mounting slots you use and how high it is, you can also change where the bracket mounts up and down on the actual sheath themselves. And the lower you go, the more likely you are going to have the knife over balance, but it may be the lower bracket fitting suits you better for whatever purposes. So that's the large offset bracket.